Now, I don't know if they still use this as their slogan, but when Lay's potato chips were first introduced, their slogan was, "I bet you can't eat just one." Well, that can also apply to when you're collecting certain films. And that brings us to today's episode. This is the Kazdoy Closet. I'm Kazdoy. That's my closet full of all the stuff that I love. And today we look at some film series that, well, I couldn't collect just one. Let's check it out. Let's start with somebody who is one of my, if not my very favorite director, Stanley Kubrick. Probably a favorite of yours as well, I'm guessing. And I'm talking about this box set, one of the first DVDs and first DVD box sets I ever bought. This was produced back in 1999 on Warner Brothers. And since then, I've bought updated versions of each of these films whenever they became available. So these are the films that are in this set here. And Criterion put out Dr. Strangelove, Barry Lyndon, Paths of Glory, which is not here, The Killing, which is not here, and Spartacus, which is not here. Those are all on the Criterion label. So I got all of those. And then when I got a 4K player, I went ahead and bought A Clockwork Orange and The Shining and Full Metal Jacket, all in 4K. 2001: A Space Odyssey. I only have the Blu-ray, but it just looks really good, so I haven't bothered to get the 4K of that yet. And as far as Eyes Wide Shut, I only have the DVD. I don't know if it's available in any other format, but boy, if they brought out a nice deluxe version of that, I think that'd be just great. So in this box only, also, you'll notice is Lolita down at the bottom here. And at first, before I started recording this, I thought, you can't find Lolita. You can find Lolita on DVD. If you look on Amazon, you can find it. I saw it on there. Sometimes you might have to pay a little bit for it. But I also noticed this box set on DVD on Amazon is going for $195, which is kind of amazing. But why am I bringing this up? Because of the completionist conundrum, because I wanted to get everything Kubrick had. So during the last Kino sale, I got Fear and Desire on 4K. It's his first feature. It's from 1953. I saw it first on the Criterion channel and thought, okay, this is not very good. It's got some interesting moments and it's photographed quite well. Kubrick's background, of course, was as a photographer. But then when it came on sale on Kino, I said, all right, well, I have all the other Kubricks. I might as well get this one too. I can understand why he is not a fan of this film, or was not a fan, and wanted to get it pulled from distribution. But it's fairly short. It's either 70 or 62 minutes, depending on which version you watch. There are 3 short films by Kubrick also included in this set. So I got this one just so I would have what I think is everything Kubrick has released. Moving from one of my favorite, if not favorite directors, to one of my favorite film genres. We're talking about film noir, and it started with this DVD set, Film Noir, The Dark Side of Hollywood. 5 films in here. And now we're, well, let me show you what's in here. These are the films included here. They actually brought this out later on Blu-ray. And this is kind of interesting because these are these very slim cases in this set. But now we're up to number 18 in this Kino Film Noir, The Dark Side of Cinema series. And whenever they go on sale, on the Kino sale, they're $25 per box set. So I figure that is going to be about $10 per disc. And there's the back of it there. So I think this is the most recent one, number 18. And the good thing with these is I've never been disappointed with these sets yet. And have I watched all 18 sets? Of course not. But I've never been disappointed. I know if I want a film noir fix, all I need to do is go to my shelf, pull out one of these box sets, and the films are so short, you can probably watch all 3 maybe in one evening. I love the artwork. I love how they make these with, looks like the original artwork here. There's City of Shadows, Crash Out, and what's this? Finger Man. So I love how they do that. Apparently, more box sets are planned. Now, the only thing I don't like about these is the only extras you have are commentary tracks, which I typically don't listen to, but they're planning more box sets from what I understand. I don't know if I'm going to complete the series. I mean, space is always a consideration, as you guys probably know, but I'm thinking maybe when it gets to number 20, that'd be a good, nice round number to stop at. We'll see. One drag about collecting these is a handful of the films in these box sets and other Kino Film Noir releases have shown up in better presentations in other box sets from other labels like Indicator. Well, they might have some extras and they might have a booklet, and I've been real tempted to double dip, but so far I haven't because I feel like I already have the film. Do I really want to double dip and buy them again just because it's in a nicer presentation? So far, I've resisted that temptation. I did do an episode entitled, Are These Film Noir Box Sets Getting Worse? And you can check out that episode. And if I remember, I will put a link down in the show notes below so you can check that episode out too. Now, the next two series that I want to talk about that I've been collecting, mainly for nostalgic reasons, but also because I enjoy them. And we're going to start with the oldest series, and that is The Little Rascals. And this is on the Classic Flicks label. There's 6 volumes of these. This is volume 1. These are films ranging from 1929 to 1944. They began as silent films. Hal Roach, who of course worked with so many great early comedy stars like Laurel and Hardy, was the person behind these films. There are anywhere from 11 to over 20 short films on each of these discs, and I would watch these on TV when I was growing up. They were reruns, obviously. That was also known as Our Gang, or Spanky and Our Gang, I think is what I knew them by when I was growing up. But these things focus mainly on the child performers here, and the kids are natural actors. They're very funny, but they're not forced and they're not cutesy at all, which is great because that would just totally ruin it. The restorations here, considering how old these are especially, are immaculate, I thought. They're just really incredible. One problem I have with this is I don't know where I left off. So if I want to pick up watch some Little Rascals one evening, I don't know where I stopped. I should be leaving post-it notes for myself. You guys probably have that problem too sometimes when you have these big series of things, like where did I end up? So I tend to not watch it because I don't remember where I ended up. The other series that I collected, really starting as nostalgic purposes, is the Ultraman series. And this is the first Ultraman series right here. I had kind of a vague memory when they released this of watching this show when I was a kid, like 60s and 70s. And I remember thinking they had to make Ultraman giant size because he's fighting monsters, which are just guys in rubber suits. So, of course, to solve that problem, he's got to be giant as well. It's a kaiju TV series in Japanese in beautiful color. And basically they got the special effects guy who worked on the Godzilla and Mothra films and other films like that to develop a TV series. And this is what he came up with. And they had 2 different types of packaging for the Ultraman series. I went with the Steelbook because I just thought it looked so great. And let me show you what it looks like. So this cover comes off like this. And looks like that. And let me show you what else we have. So there's the Steelbook. And the discs are kind of loaded on top of each other, but I haven't had any problems with them at all. And really like the booklets that come with each one of these because it has not just an episode guide in color, a synopsis of each episode, but it also has a description of the different monsters in each episode. And even at the end, it has all the different monsters and their names. So they did a really nice job with this. There are over 60 episodes in each set of these. And this is actually number 2 because number 1 in this series I had never heard of is Ultra Q. This one's in black and white. It was kind of like their version of Twilight Zone or Outer Limits, kind of, but I think they're half-hour episodes. And all this stuff is aimed mainly for kids. But then it went to the Ultraman set, and then going all the way to number 7 is where I stopped. That's called Ultraman Leo. And I hope that's the last one. I really haven't looked into it. There are other ones came out, but I don't think they're numbered. I think it's 1 through 7 is where they stop. Kind of an odd number, but I don't want to know if there's any more. That's where I stopped. And again, I have the problem with this. I don't know where I left off. I don't think I've seen the entire first set at all. All these series I'm talking about, I haven't seen all of those at all, really, except Kubrick, of course. So there you have it, the Collector's Completionist Conundrum. Where do we go with these series? Do we collect them all? Do we stop at some point? What's going on? Will we ever watch everything in the series? Leave a comment down below. Share your own experiences doing stuff like this. Leave a thumbs up. Don't leave a thumbs down. Subscribe would be great. Share this with your friends and neighbors. We're still trying to get to 1,500 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer every day. Subscribing is free. Also free is we're on the Letterboxd app. Under the Kazdoy Closet, there's a link down in the show notes below how to get to that. That's where we leave brief written reviews of other things we're watching that we don't talk about here. Most recently, the films Arcadian, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, The Workmeister Harmonies, and Night Swim. So check that out. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. We're back from vacation and back at it. So see you next time.